What's going on, everyone? I am meteorologist Tyler Sherrod here for your Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. Right now we have some partly cloudy skies over Doak Campbell Stadium. You can see that setting sun starting to peek through the clouds. Look at those temperatures around 85 degrees right now with those winds coming out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Satellite and radar not showing much besides that cloud coverage over Tallahassee. The rest of the Big Bend region is pretty clear, and the same goes for the rest of Florida. Really not much cloud coverage at all besides that little bit over Tallahassee. We have some rain off the coastline, but that's not going to make its way inwards at all. So all of Florida and really most of the southeast is looking really great right now. Tonight, we're going to get down to 77 degrees, going to keep those partly cloudy skies around. Wind's going to shift to come from the south, bringing some of that moisture from the Gulf. And then tomorrow, we're going to get up to 85 degrees with those partly cloudy skies. For the rest of our show, we're going to talk about the sunshine and how the heat is sticking around. Then I have a new sports forecast for you guys.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Wednesday's edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Jessica Kirk.
I'm student meteorologist David Stoltz.
And we are here with you all tonight on our two-desk opening for y'all for the show. How was your day today?
It was great. It was great weather outside. Went out for a walk for a little bit, and it got a little warm in the afternoon for me, but some people like that.
Yeah, I know. I went to work out this morning. It was super cool. We were in the shade for the first half. And that sun started to creep in, and we felt those warm temperatures this afternoon. But if that's what you like, we have some great news for you in the forecast for this week, which we'll get into later on the show.
Absolutely. And if you like a little bit of cool weather, there's some coming for Saturday, but temperatures will rebound again on Sunday back to the low 80s. But on Saturday, it's good football weather for Florida State taking on UNC.
I was thinking the same thing. I have my fingers crossed. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a ticket for the game this weekend. I guess we're going to see. Hopefully the weather sticks around and stays nice as well. I don't want another rain delay. That's all we can ask for, right?
No rain delays, no rain delays.
But just like we said, we got a lot for everybody. If you like this warmer weather, it's going to stick around for a while, but in the future, we have that cooler weather coming. We're going to show you guys that tonight. But no rain right now for this area, right?
No rain for us. There's some rain down in the southern part of Florida, which we'll cover shortly. But as for the Panhandle and most of the Southeast, it's pretty clear with warm summer, almost summer-like temperatures.
So definitely make your schedules around that. If you want to spend time outside before that cooler weather finally sets in, now is the time to do it. I am actually going to go ahead and pass things over to the wall. They're going to give you a look at what's going around Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. They said the name of the game. It is very hot out there in the Southeast today, and in Florida for that matter. Tampa's 87 degrees, 85 in Tallahassee. And it gets a little bit cooler as you head up into Jacksonville, Jackson, Mississippi, and Tupelo. But overall, it's still very warm in the southeast. And if you look at our dew points, this really kind of accentuates what we're talking about. So we have a kind of a stationary front, cold front washing out some of the lower dew points. 56 Montgomery, 58 in Atlanta. And then as soon as you head around to the I-10 corridor or maybe around Valdosta, it becomes extremely humid. 66 in Tallahassee. And then that's 72 in Jacksonville. So that's what we're dealing with. We're not only dealing with those very warm temperatures, we're also dealing with a very humid air mass. I'm ahead of that stationary cold front. If you look on our arrows, actually, these are our wind barbs. You can see that southeast flow, and then it really curves up into the southeast, and that's really just bringing in some of that warm air. So any front is likely dying out, and it is getting replaced by a warm southerly flow into our area. So for our state, Tallahassee, of course, is very clear, but as we head down into Miami and the Keys, maybe a couple of showers with some instability. And then as we head over into deeper regions, out into Louisiana, Alabama, of course, it is very dry. So overall, it's some very high air, very high pressure around the region. And then today's storm outlook, absolutely nothing. Just lots of sunshine, really no severe outlook to contend with. Just do keep in mind, keep sure you're hydrated. It's October, so people probably aren't expecting those high heat indexes, but it could be around, and it still happens, so just be wary. So for the southeast, Florida will be the exception with some rain coming in and developing all the way up into Friday. And as we head over further west out by New Orleans, and into Alabama, you kind of see that cold front that's going to be coming into play Friday night. So there will be some thunderstorms, lightening up, and some rain around Louisiana and southwest Texas, and a lot drier our way, but that front will still come down and bring us some pleasant temperatures, highs in the lower 80s, and of course that cold front further up in the northeast as well. So for tonight's forecast, 67 Tallahassee, 80 degrees down in Key West, so warmer as you are in South Florida, of course. And then as you head southeast, it's a little bit cooler with 57 Montgomery, 56 Jackson. So if you do have family up there, I'll just ask them how nice it is, because it's not coming into our Florida area anytime soon. And so the same thing with tomorrow's forecast, 86 Tallahassee, 86 New Orleans, and look at Little Rock, 66, being the exception ahead of that warm southeast air mass. And hopefully we'll get a taste of that Friday. Some of that front comes into the region. But overall, it's going to be pretty warm times for us. Now we're going to see Tyler at the wall.
Thanks, Hayden. We're going to take our first local look of the evening now. Once again, Doak Campbell Stadium with those partly cloudy skies and the sun setting, making for an absolutely gorgeous sunset here over Doak Campbell Stadium. 85 degrees right now, going to keep on dropping as that sun continues to set. Winds coming out of the northeast. You can see that cloud coverage on the satellite and radar right now, but as we zoom out to the rest of Florida, not much cloud coverage at all. We do have a very weak stationary front over north central Florida. That was a weak cold front that passed through earlier this week, but that's not really causing much cloud coverage or rain at all. So once again, those current temperatures, Tallahassee 85 degrees, Thomasville is at 82, and as we move towards the northeast, Valdosta getting up to 84 degrees. That moisture, a moderate amount of moisture, but the dew point is fairly far away from the temperature outside, so things aren't quite so muggy. So just your typical October day in Tallahassee, Florida. Dew point 66 degrees, Thomasville having a dew point getting down to 64. And our winds are kind of all over the place right now. Tallahassee currently having that wind coming from the northeast, but as we move into the nighttime, that's going to shift into a more southerly flow, probably bring some more moisture into the atmosphere for the nighttime. That's why we're still going to see some partly cloudy skies tonight. But those winds are fairly light all throughout the Big Bend region. So as we look at the next 24 hours, we're going to see rain chances pick up for tomorrow over Tallahassee. We're not going to see a whole lot of rain if we do get some, just going to be more of some scattered showers. So let's break down the next 3 days. Tomorrow, going to have a high of 84 degrees. And as we get into tomorrow night's low, that's going to get down to 67 degrees. Then Friday, looking a lot like Thursday with that high of 84 degrees, maybe a little bit less cloud coverage. And then as we get into Friday night, you're going to see that low temperature dip down to 58 degrees. We're having a small cold front move through the region. Not going to be very powerful, but it's definitely going to bring those low temperatures down for Friday night and into Saturday morning. And then as we get into Saturday, that high temperature going to get around 79 degrees. Still going to have plenty of sunshine, so not going to quite hit those 80s, but looking pretty good at 79. Now let's expand to our 7-day forecast. Those rain chances are going to be pretty low. Thursday, you're going to have your highest chance at 20%, and then going to pick back up on Monday and Tuesday with rain chances at 20% again. And then after we see that cold front move through on Saturday, you're going to see those temperatures start to pick back up again, 83 degrees on Sunday, 85 degrees on Monday. And then as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to drop back down a little bit, high of 83 for Tuesday and a high of 82 for Wednesday. As you're looking at those low temperatures, expect us to be into the lower to mid 60s for our low temperatures for next week. Now I'm going to pass things off to the desk with Jesse and Hayden.
What's up, guys? Back to the desk with everyone's favorite segment, the Tropics. It has been an extremely busy year here with all the hurricanes we've seen. Just last week, we had Hurricane Delta hit Louisiana. Man, Louisiana has been pummeled this year, and unfortunately, hurricane season is not over yet. Not only that, I think we have something brewing out there, don't we, Hayden?
Yes and no. So as we head into November and going through October, we know hurricane season goes all the way up until the last day of November. Mm-hmm. And so right now we're in mid-October, so we still have a month and a half. And I think this represents, I've looked it up, it's about 17% of ACEs left. So that's the metric we measure tropical cyclones. And so there still is a possibility of storms. And speaking of which, we have Invest 93L that currently formed in the area. It has only a 10% chance, but there's also more chance for development later on.
Right, exactly. So just like we always say, you always got to keep an eye on the tropics, especially obviously during hurricane season, because we are not even close to being over yet with a month and a half left. It's easy to see all the activity that we've had recently and think that, or maybe even hope that things are slowing down. But make sure that you remain prepared and keep an eye on your local weather. And in addition, when was the storm, one of our last busy storm seasons in 2005? Wasn't there a storm in December, right?
Yes, there was a storm in December, and actually there was a storm in January that year too, even more. Similarly, in 2005, you had a La Nina actually creeping into the Pacific, and that reduces wind shear. And so this year, we're actually in a higher La Nina base state, and so that's even more conducive for storms.
Well,
if it's indicator, we just got to be safe.
It's just typical 2020 fashion. I feel like at this point, we got to be ready to prepare for anything. And really, our region hasn't seen that many effects from any hurricanes yet. We had that rain from Sally a few weeks ago. But other than that, we haven't seen anything. So especially here in Tallahassee, it's easy to think that we're in the clear, but not quite, not yet.
Yep, we'll always say vigilant as meteorologists and we'll always be there for you. So now we're going to send it off to our trusty meteorologist, David Stoltz.
Thanks, guys. Hey, if you're looking for cooler weather, you're going to need to go to Montana, where it's 47 degrees in Billings. Yes, indeed. But if you like that warm weather, the southeast showing mid-80s to some low upper 70s in the Carolinas. Temperatures, it's still on the summer-like temperatures down here in Texas, where you see San Antonio at 92, and up in the northwest in Seattle, 60 degrees. So if you like cool weather, head north. If you like really warm weather, head to Texas. And so dew points, they reflect kind of what's going on as far as the temperatures go. Down here in the southeast, you can see dew points in 66 here in Tallahassee. Way down there in Miami, 71-degree dew point. And if you want to get to cooler weather and less humid weather, you head up here to Bismarck, where it's 24. So you can see this high pressure dominating over here with lower dew points. And the winds are out here up in Montana. Winds are out of the northwest, bringing that cooler, wintry air down into Montana. So if you like that cool weather, winds are 18 miles per hour. As you get down here into the southeast, winds are variable, anywhere between 2 and 8 miles per hour, generally out of the southeast. And New Orleans out of the north at 2 miles per hour. But pretty much the winds are stronger as you get further north, up near the Great Lakes, where there's actually a low pressure system that has gone through there. They've had a cold front come through, and there's some rain and showers behind there, bringing some sort of gloomy, cloudy weather. High pressure here over the southeast. And here's that stationary front that Tyler was talking about earlier. It's just going to wash out. It's pretty much weakened and not going to really give us any kind of significant weather or cloud cover. And over here in the southwest, you see high pressure in control, and some showers, and probably some snow showers mixed in the upper elevation in Montana. Here is the water vapor map. You can see lots of water vapor, lots of moist air coming down out of Canada along the jet stream off the Pacific Ocean. And down here in the southeast where we're at, we actually have a dry slot, which is why we have lots of sunshine and decreased cloud cover. That will actually be our weather for for this weekend, when we have sort of cooler temperatures coming in. Looking at the northeast, pretty much clear now, but that will change over the next 24 hours as they have a system coming in out of the northwest. Looking at the upper Midwest, you can see clouds and showers associated with the frontal boundary that is coming out of Canada and the northwest. Pretty much clear here because you have high pressure dominating, and just some showers up here in Montana. As far as the severe weather storm outlook goes, not really much any severe weather to talk about, just some general thunderstorms along the front in the upper Midwest. And as far as the drought goes, there is a severe drought out here in the continues out west, where they've been battling fires for the past couple months. As far as us, we are not much any drought conditions down here due to all the tropical systems that have come into the southeast. Tonight's forecast lows, you can expect cold wintry temperatures in the low to mid 30s up here in upper Midwest. As far as the southeast goes, anywhere from the 50s to the 60s. And tomorrow's highs, you can expect 80 degrees down, mid 80s down in the southeast, and as you go further north into the 50s. I'm going to hand things off to Hayden now, who's going to talk more about the local forecast.
Yeah, absolutely. Our area is not experiencing what South Dakota is experiencing. It is 88 today on our almanac. The average is 82 degrees, below, very well, much above average. Same thing with the low, 62, versus our average of 58. The only thing we can say, at least we're not in 2019, was 92, not so long ago. I can remember that day like the back of my hand. So Tallahassee right now, it is very clear. There are some higher clouds you'll probably see if you look up in the sky with your binoculars, but overall nothing too crazy. There is some moisture just south of the stationary boundary and associated with the Atlantic. So if you're in the island of Bimini, then it's going to be quite nice with a chance of a shower. Same thing for South Florida. So our area, 85, sunny, especially up in Georgia. Nothing but sunshine, highs in the low 80s. A good day to a good time to go walk out right now. I know there's some nice lakes in the Tallahassee area. It's just beautiful. 66 right now, the dew point, 66 Quincy. And then, of course, up in Georgia, away from some of this water, we're a little bit drier, dew points in the mid-60s. This is moderate dew points, so it's not oppressive, but for October standards, you can feel the humidity. It could be better. And this is just an indication that sea breeze, some of that wind coming off St. Mark's, and then actually a southerly wind throughout most of the area. Although it is relatively light, Quincy is 0, Donaldsonville at 3, so not any really wind to contend with. So if you're doing frisbee, it's a good time to go impress your friends without that wind. So for tomorrow's forecast, we'll have some early sun building in, and we do, this simulator radar does want to show some couple of showers popping up, especially east of the area in Madison County and Taylor County. I'm not really buying it though. It's going to be a pretty dry air mass, so maybe expect a sprinkle. Overall, your day tomorrow is going to be just fine. So going into tonight, it'll drop off a little bit with some of that dry air, 67 Tallahassee, 66 in Quincy, 67 Monticello. You get the picture. Mid-60s are the name of the game. And then as for tomorrow, similarly to today, it'll be relatively dry, 82 in Carabel, 81 St. Mark's during the coast. And then as you head away towards Georgia and I-10, the highs will be in the mid to upper 80s. It'll be feeling quite warm out there, some of that dry air around. So for the week ahead, we'll continue to stay in the mid 80s before dropping off to 58 degrees on Saturday morning and then slowly working our temperature back up in the week. So now we're going to pass it off to our desk and Tyler Sherrod.
Thank you, Aiden, for the full name, actually, and pronouncing it correctly. I appreciate that. But I have our new desk segment here on FSU Weather, talking about some sports and the weather put together. So right now, as we speak, the LA Dodgers are playing the Atlanta Braves in Dallas, Texas. Right now it's 89 degrees and sunny, so if you happen to be a Dodgers fan or a Braves fan, and I know they're finally allowing fans at the games now, that's what your temperature outlook looks like. And then our next game is going to be the Rays against the Astros. This is in San Diego, in the Padres Stadium. 81 degrees right now and sunny. Going to keep seeing those temperatures drop as they go throughout the game, and hopefully my Tampa Bay Rays can clinch that series and move on to the World Series. Now let's move on to everyone's favorite sport, that'd be football. New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. This is going to be a home game for the Dolphins. Going to be 87 degrees, and as usual in South Florida, some isolated showers in the area. Shouldn't be too difficult of a game for the Dolphins. The Jets are barely even a football team at this point. So we're going to move on now to the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Green Bay Packers. This is also at Tampa Bay Stadium, 89 degrees, and what do you expect but isolated showers for them? Hopefully Tom Brady, the living legend, the GOAT, can knock out the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers and put a damper on his current MVP level season. And the Detroit Lions versus my hometown Jacksonville Jaguars. Hopefully Gardner Minshew can right the boat for those Jaguars and get the win for the Lions. It's going to be 81 degrees. Once again, some isolated showers for the Jaguars. And then our most important game, that will be the FSU Seminoles against the North Carolina Tar Heels. And as we get into Saturday, the temperature is going to start to drop. We actually got a primetime game, surprisingly, even though we are 1-3 right now. But we definitely showed some improvements against Notre Dame. Those temperatures for the game are going to be great at 74 with the clear skies as well. So hopefully those Seminoles can pull off the upset. If you're going to the game, be sure to follow all the mask protocols and to stay socially distanced from others. But with all this talk about Florida sports teams, let's hand it off to Jesse at the wall to actually talk about Florida weather.
Thank you, Tyler. I have some great news for all you Floridians. The Sunshine State really living up to his name as, look at all these suns all over the place. Currently 85 up in Tallahassee. As we get further south, temperatures are rising just a little bit with that 87 in Tampa, 87 in Fort Myers as well. And then down south, they're feeling 85 in Key West and Miami. Temperatures really all around in the 80s. And along with those high temperatures, unfortunately, we're feeling those high dew points. This afternoon, we really felt those muggy temperatures with these higher dew points, which indicates, more moist air. Right now, the dew point in Gainesville is 70, and even Jacksonville feeling 72. It's just really heavy, wet air outside. And further south, they're feeling them down in the 70s as well, just a little bit uncomfortable, especially with this warm weather that has come back around. Look at that. Absolutely clear. We don't see many showers on this radar. There's a few off the coast of Daytona Beach, and even a little bit further south, there's a little right off the coast of Miami. But as for the Panhandle region, we're seeing just some wispy clouds flying by. If you go outside, even here in Tallahassee, you might see that partly cloudy sky. We're not expecting any rain, as you can see on the radar. It's going to be a very clear night. As you go further east, you can see just a little bit of these showers behind me, just off the coast, little bit ways from Jacksonville, but once again, those aren't expected to really affect the area, as most of the state is completely clear right now, even on the I-75 corridor. If you're traveling today, it's going to be completely clear weather, really safe driving conditions, and that's what we like to see. Further south, once again, very clear skies. Really the only place we're going to see any sort of shower activity is a little bit further south, right off the coast of Miami. Maybe a couple pop-up showers, but really in this area, we're expecting to see clear skies as well. The entire region, once again, really living up to its name, Sunshine State. Very clear, only few clouds hanging around. Once again, for Miami, they are going to see those showers heading into tomorrow, Thursday, with that 50% chance of rain. And then going further into the weekend, that goes up a little bit on Friday. Temperatures are going to stay fairly warm in the 80s down south in Miami. As for Tampa, once again, extremely warm. This is my hometown, 90 degrees for tomorrow. I'm glad I'm not there. And even further into the weekend, it's sticking around at 89. It's going to be partly cloudy, which hopefully will shield a little bit from the sun, but 90 degrees is pretty hot, especially for mid-October. And Orlando is also feeling temperatures close to 90 in the high 80s, 20% chance of rain, and then on Saturday, 10% chance of rain. So those rain chances are pretty low, really not expecting anything. We're really just going to have a little bit of clouds. The region is going to stay pretty dry and pretty sunny. As for Jacksonville, a little bit cooler as you go north. These are 85 for tomorrow, 87 for Friday, and then Saturday, they get a little dip of that cold front that's going to be coming through. 74 for the high on Saturday, which is a really nice temperature if you ask me. And if you're in Jacksonville, look forward to that. As for Pensacola, temperatures are going to be in the 80s throughout the rest of the week into Saturday. As for tonight, our lows are really sitting in the 60s for much of the northern part of Florida. And as you go further south, you see those rain chances for Key West and Miami. And into tomorrow, we're going to see another fairly warm day with temperatures in the 80s and even 90s for Tampa and Fort Myers. Once again, I'm happy that we're only dealing with 86 here in Tallahassee. I'm going to pass things off to David. He's going to give us a look at our local.
Yeah, I'm glad it's only 86 here too, Jesse. We're going to take one more look at the local forecast before we go to the closing desk. Here's another live look at Doak Campbell Stadium. You can see just scattered clouds about. The sun is obscured right now behind this cloud here, but it is about to set behind the horizon eventually in the next 30 minutes or so. Currently, it's 85 degrees here in Tallahassee under partly cloudy skies with a north-northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. Looking around the Big Bend area, temperatures are pretty much in the low to mid-80s. Bainbridge clocking in at 81 degrees, Apalachicola at 83 degrees. As far as the winds go for our area, pretty much light and variable unless you get closer to the coast here in Apalachicola where the winds are out of the southeast at 6 miles per hour. Not much cloud cover to talk about, pretty much as you saw on the live look from Doak Campbell Stadium, just some sort of mid-level clouds moving through. No showers associated with that cloud cover, so I'm not going to worry about any precipitation falling onto you tonight if you're going out somewhere on a date or so. And high pressure is dominating the southwest, and as we look in the southeast, we have low pressure off the coast of Georgia here with that stationary front draped across the Gulf of Mexico, which is a weak front. And looking at the water vapor one more time, lots of moisture up here, but we want to focus on this dry slot of air right here that's in the southeast, and eventually we'll move into our area to give us cooler temperatures come Saturday, and temperatures will rebound, however, on Sunday and next week into the mid-80s. And next 24 hours, there are some scattered showers about that could possibly develop over the next 24 hours. Nothing severe, nothing heavy, just some quick passing showers that will go through our area. As far as the day part forecast goes for tomorrow, you can expect a high temperature of 71 at 9 a.m. It's about the time I wake up before I go to class at 1 o'clock. And partly cloudy skies around 1 p.m. at 84. So these are comfortable temperatures as we go through the day tomorrow. And we're going to look at the next 7 days. You can see sunshine, 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 and temperatures in the mid-80s. And then Saturday, we dip down to 79 degrees for that FSU football game here at Doak Campbell Stadium. Plenty of sun over the weekend, so if you have any outdoor plans or want to plan any outdoor plans, it'd be an excellent weekend to do so. And as we go into next week, you can see Monday, cloud cover starts to come in a little bit with the rain chances going up to about 20%, but no big deal, and temperatures rebounding to the mid-80s. And now I'm going to pass things off to the closing desk with Hayden and Tyler.
As we all know, it is mid-October, and pumpkin season, spooky season is upon us. And I have a fun fact about a pumpkin, Tyler.
What is that?
So I just researched this, and I cannot believe it. The optimal temperature for a pumpkin is 85 degrees.
That doesn't seem right to me. I would think it would be a lot cooler, but I guess with the temperatures we're having here in Tallahassee right now, that's the perfect time to get a pumpkin, even though maybe it is a little bit early before Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess those warm temperatures growing in the summer. So even if it's not cool, it is always October, and it is pumpkin season here. I don't care. And you just need to go out there and enjoy.
Yeah, here in Tallahassee, kind of hard to get some of those fall temperatures until we get into November and December. So often in October, it's kind of like a transitional month for us. Sometimes we'll see some fronts move through and cool us down, like we're going to see on Saturday. But other times it feels just like summer. I remember last year during the fall, we had some pretty crazy temperatures getting into the upper 90s all throughout October.
Yeah, absolutely. So typically climatology on the last week of October, we do cool off. Last time we were at a Halloween gathering, and it was actually very cold, so it was pretty nice.
I do remember that. Very cold last Halloween. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/FSU Weather.
Like us on Facebook, FSU Weather.
And you can also watch us live on YouTube, youtube.com/FSU Weather, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m.
Lastly, follow us on Instagram. Show us your pumpkin carving. Show us that weather. We love it all.
Oh, well, you're really in the Halloween and pumpkin spirit now here in mid-October, but I would probably hold off by at least another week before you get your pumpkins. You don't want them to rot or anything like that. Well, what else do you have for us, Hayden? Any more fun facts about October, Halloween, pumpkins?
Nightmare Before Christmas is actually a Halloween movie, not a Christmas movie.
I agree with that as well. Is that it? Any
that's
closing
all
remarks?
I got. You got anything?
Nope, but we're just about over here at FSU Weather, so we'll close things out. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sherrod.
And I'm student meteorologist Shane Wilder.